Hello, I'm Martin Logan and welcome to the Irish in the UK and a great show from Henry McGlade for the last half hour. Now tonight we are coming to you from London for the 56th annual Galway Dinner Dance. It's going to be a fantastic night with lots of great guests, and Liam McCarthy is here as well. So I'm going inside to meet Liam and many of the guests. See you in a minute. Pat, what a night to be chairman of the Galway Association.
Well, as you can see yourself, Martin, this is one of the proudest nights in my chairmanship period that we've ever had. In actual fact, it is, without question, the best night we've ever had as an association, barring possibly one in the late 70s when the Galtimore we hosted 631 people. But then that was a dance hall, and a lot of, or a certain amount of those people would be there for the dance anyway, irrespective of the fact that we were having our function there as well. But tonight is excellent. It gives us a reason to be proud of the work we do on behalf of the association here in London, and we think statistics will prove within a decade or two that the Galway Association is one of the survivors. The reason for that is because we are lucky enough to have some very, very good people working with us. They are not glory hunters. They give their time freely and dedicate their best efforts to the promotion, health and development of the Galway Association. So you're right, Martin. We are very, very proud tonight.
Now, Matty, how difficult is it to keep the Galway Association going here in London?
Well, it takes a good bit of effort from a lot of people, you know.
Now, of course, you've been the backbone of the Galway Association here for many years, and it's difficult to get in young people, isn't it, to join the association?
Yeah, it is, but lately now we seem to be getting more youngsters in. Yeah.
You've got a good representation of young people tonight at the dinner dance.
Yeah, and we have some in the committee as well now. 4 or 5 youngsters is very good.
Now, how long have you been president?
4 years now, 4 years.
And are you enjoying it?
Oh, immensely, yeah. It's lovely working with Pat here.
Yeah. Do you keep him on his toes?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He keeps me on the toes.
Now, Pat, looking back over the year that the Galway Association has had this year, it's been a bumper year, but, you know, looking forward, how do you intend to keep it going?
Martin, I'm sure that question requires a lot of depth of thought and understanding. Our Galway Association in London is based on culture. Keep the culture of what we were used to at home. Keep the culture and the traditions alive of what we understand. We can't prefabricate for the future. We can't legislate for the future. We can only do the best we can for now.
Nora, what a fantastic night for the Galway Association here in London.
Absolutely. It's just amazing. We have 600 odd people in there. We have the 4 cups. We have the Leinster Cup, we have the Lee Cup, we have the Minor Cup, and we have the McCarthy Cup, and it's just buzzing.
And of course, it's great to see so many cups here. It's been a booster year for Galway, but of course the main one, the Liam McCarthy Cups, it got some welcome tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, listen, we haven't had the Liam McCarthy Cup since 1988. We were going for the 3 in a row, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So 29 years ago was the last time Galway won the Liam McCarthy Cup.
Now, what a turnout you've had tonight. A wonderful crowd here for a great occasion.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, we have so many special guests that we brought over from Ireland. I couldn't even begin to name them. There's about 30 of them, and every one of them are more important than the other, you know.
Now, what has it been like leading up to this dinner dance? Because you've had so many people here tonight. It must be a nightmare to organise.
It is, well, not a nightmare. It's been, I mean, it's just been so spectacular because the interest in it, and, you know, we have a dinner dance every year, and we might have, 280, 300 people. But this year, just the interest was amazing. For the simple fact is that some of them weren't lucky enough to get to Croke Park on the 2nd of September. I was, fortunately. And the interest of bringing the McCarthy Cup and the Minor Cup, bearing in mind this is the last year that the Minor Cup will ever be played. We have the Leinster Cup, even though we're from Connacht, and we have the League Cup, so it's just wonderful.
Now, Brian, you do wonderful work here in relation with the Galway Association, but you do wonderful work for the homeless people and people here in London. Tell me about it.
Well, I mean, tonight you've seen the true face of Ireland and the Irish immigrants over here. 600 people in there coming together to celebrate this momentous occasion with the McCarthy Cup and Galway people coming together. But these Galway people also know that while there are successful people here, people who made it well, took advantage of the country, employment, the wealth that's here, there are a number of people who have fallen on hard times, who haven't made it for one reason or another. And the Galway Association have asked me to set up a community centre to have a breakfast for them every day. And we do that 365 days a year, and we have a Christmas dinner. And it's a place where these people who feel ashamed or unsuccessful or down and out, or whatever you want to call it, can come in and feel respected. And through the Galway Association, and it's the Galway Association of London who are doing this. I'm just happen to be the person they asked to do the footwork. But it's about solidarity. It's about telling these people they matter.
Well, I'm involved with the Galway Association for about 46 years, and Sean was president that time and did most of the work, and then in the last maybe 20 years I've helped and did a bit. And about 8 years ago I became president I was president for 4 or 5 years, and the president's job is basically to raise funds if anything happens to a Galway person here or in Ireland that we can help with a few pounds, not a lot. We do a lot for outreach. They're in Holloway Road. We give them $5,000 every year, and it's basically all elderly ladies and gentlemen, Irish. They're not destitute, they're just lonely. And we give them the money, and they have the chap that looks after them, he gets them together twice a week, and he has breakfast and dinner. And he really looks and he helps them out with any problems they have, with maybe a passport or bills or travel or anything like that. So that's basically what I have done.
And of course, Sean, people tell me that you've been the heart and soul of the Galway Association here for many years as well.
A small little bit of bull about that now, but in 1968 they cancelled the dinner because they didn't have enough people to go there. So I thought to myself, I was young then, and I said it's not going to happen again in my lifetime. And thank God it didn't. So I've been involved since 1968.
Well, that's fantastic. And of course, you've done a lot of things here, and you must feel very, very proud with the great work that the Galway Association does here now in London, especially for the Irish community.
Well, proud is not the word to use now. I'm happy enough to help out.
Now, Bobby, you give an awful lot of enjoyment to a lot of Irish people here. When your horse, of course, Bobby Joe, won the Grand National here some years ago. Are you really interested in horse racing?
Well, I am. I'm involved in horse racing for about 40 years. I was involved in racing for 20 years before I had instant success. So anyway, I happened to own a horse that won 2 Grand Nationals, and it was just fantastic. And you could not buy the enjoyment. Money would not buy what fun we had with the horse. And it'll be 20 years next year since we won the Irish Grand National, and every time I meet people since, I have to tell them the whole story about the two Grand Nationals. What happened there, what happened, did you have a bet, and all that. But it was just a fantastic time for us.
Great to be here with the Galway London Irish Association in the great Novotel in Hammersmith, and having a brilliant night here with all the crew over from Galway and all the expats that are, I suppose, based over here in London. And it's just a fantastic night. It's been great fun. All the trophies are presented. You know, with Lee McCarthy, we had a few of the hurlers, and I suppose great to see Sean Kane getting his award. You know, richly deserved. So fantastic night.
Well, we saw you performing there earlier on, and I have to say the audience loved every minute of it.
Yeah, I was sure getting away with it all the time, Martin. You know yourself. Look, it's great fun, great audience.
Well, look, we met the Lee McCarthy Cup in there earlier on tonight, and I had the privilege of meeting Micheál Murherthick as well.
Well, the first thing I would say is I think this year might be the last year I'll ever be able to come over here to the Galway London Irish Association. And there's only one reason for that. Because I think if the Brexit negotiations break down and we have a hard border, I think I might have to speak over here in London, maybe from a studio in RT or somewhere back home. So look, hopefully there'll be no bad border, and hopefully we'll sort out Brexit and all that goes with it. So all I'll say is, fan gavecamid. That means we'll wait and see.
What a great night here with the Galway Association in London. We hope you're enjoying it at home. Now we're off for a quick break. Welcome back to the Irish in the UK. Now, if you've got a story to tell us, or if you'd like us to promote your business, contact me. The details are on the screen now. Now, before the break, we were with the Galway Association in London celebrating their 56th annual dinner dance. Well, here's a little bit more. Finbar, tell me a little bit about your time with the Galway Association.
Well, I came to London in 1964. So I didn't get involved. I got involved first with the South Galway Association. We had a Gort and District Association running that time for the people from the surrounding parishes of Gort, which covered about 5 or 6 parishes. And we were quite successful at the time. But as years went on and people moved, or some of our older members died, or whatever the case might be, we amalgamated and joined the Galway Association. So I came into the Galway Association late 70s, early 80s, and that time I was headed up by a great man from Annadown called Jerry O'Flynn and Father Paddy Gantley, some great people, Bob Daly, whose wife was from Wood Key, May Quinn, whose husband was from Clare Galway, Tim O'Neill, which was a great character from Shenaglish. You know, so we had a really good association going, you know, at the time, you know, which we helped a lot of people, you know, young people coming over that time, you know, was finding jobs for them, finding them accommodation, linking them up with friends. And we had another great priest here as well that done a tremendous amount of work for the Irish community here, not just for Galway people. Father Jack Casey. He was a great man for the immigrant, if you like, yeah.
And Tony, do you think that it's more difficult to keep the associations going now than it was, you know, when we had a lot of people coming over from Ireland in the 60s, 70s?
Oh, definitely, Martin. Down through the years, we were probably struggling back in the early 70s. But for the past few years, we've quite a few members. But some of them come, some of them go. But there's a few of us that have been there since the beginning, and it's great that we have new members now this year. We have a couple of girls, young girls, and a young fella from where's
Rory's English born.
But he's one of the better ones. But then again, you have to rely also on the old stagers like me. But I've been invited to the Galway Association back in the early 70s by Finbar. He's a neighbour of mine at home, and we were members of the Golf Association back then. But it's gone from strength to strength.
And Finbar, we've heard from various people tonight in the Galway Committee about the great work that the Galway Association does here in London. But you know, you look after the homeless and you do breakfasts as well, I believe, in the mornings for them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're very much tied into the Irish Centre in Camden Town. And we help to fund old age pensioners, Christmas lunches. We help a bit of sponsorship there. Poor misfortunes, you know, that may not be able to get a meal during the day. You know, we've probably funded to the tune of thousands of meals a year for homeless people and forgotten Irish, whatever you like to call them, you know. But it's done and catered for through the Irish Centre in Camden Town.
Paddy, great to see you here tonight from the Irish World newspaper. Are you enjoying the night?
Always enjoy the Galway nights, Martin, and obviously I have a special reason for doing so. My wife is from Castlegar or Briar Hill. I'm sure you're familiar with the racecourse.
I am.
So I met her in '63, I think.
Yes.
In the Blarney in Tottenham Court Road. And there wasn't that many taxis around then, so we walked home. It was very romantic, actually, rather than going in a taxi, you know, the usual. Yeah. So we walked.
And Sadie, you had very special celebrations earlier on this year.
We did. We celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary.
Well, many congratulations to you both. But look at, what is it like to be a Galway lady here tonight?
Very special. I was Lady President, the first Lady President of the Galway Association in 2010. It was very privileged and a great honour to serve my county.
And I can tell you took great pride in that.
I certainly did, certainly did. It was a great year.
Now, Paddy, tell me a little bit about the Irish World newspaper. Of course, you've been going a long time, and we all know it's circulated throughout the country.
We're 31 years in April next year. So we're 30 years. We celebrated our 30th anniversary at a function here last February, and we had over 800 people here. Nathan MacArthur topped the bill, and it was a very successful night.
And the paper now has got a lot of viewers now and a lot of readership throughout the country and indeed in Ireland as well.
Yes, it's doing quite nicely, Martin. The industry has taken a bit of a knock in recent years, but we've held our own. We survived the test of time. I'm a lone trader, as they say, and I'm very happy. I'd like it to be going better, but we're doing quite nicely. Manchester is not too bad, could be better, so spread the gospel, Martin, as much as you can.
Well, listen, lovely to speak to you both.
Thank you very much indeed.
Micheál, a special year for Galway hurling.
Yeah, look, it was very special indeed. 2017 winning the National League, the Leinster Championship, the All-Ireland, and you know, with the minors winning on the 3rd of September as well. It was a memorable day for Galway.
Now, how difficult was, of course, look, we're all Galway supporters, we're Galway people, we've watched the Galway team so long, get so close every year. How difficult was it to get it over the line this year?
Look, I think, you know, we said many times we're dealing with a very experienced bunch of players. You know, they're highly motivated and probably just a bit unfortunate over recent years not to have gone on and won the All-Ireland. But look, this year we just got on a bit of a roll and a lot of momentum, and you know, I think when you reach finals you need a small bit of luck as well, and you know, as I said, just dealing with a good bunch of players.
And of course, hurling has really taken off, I think, from a spectator point of view, because we've seen so many great games this year, but the game between yourselves and Tipperary, I think, was probably one of the best games I've seen for a good while. It
was, yeah, I suppose, just probably because in the last 3 years there was only, including this year, there's only a point between the two teams, and obviously it's making it more exciting for the supporters. So you know, it's been nip and tuck, as I said, over the last 3 years, so we're just glad to get out of that game by the score that Joe got.
And Jeff, it's been a great 3 years for the minor team. Many congratulations, of course, 2 All-Irelands in 3 years.
Yeah, look, it's been absolutely super, you know, worked really hard down to the management team, Gavin Carey, Shane Cusack and John Commons. They worked really hard as a group. We worked our players really hard, and we're looking forward to the future.
Now, it looks really bright, the future for Galway hurling, with so many All-Irelands coming, and the lads are getting confident all the time, so the future looks bright.
Yeah, look, Micheál has Brian Concannon and Jack Coyne, Tom Monaghan, Sean Loftus at present. He's the lads working away with the 21s as well, you know. So look, it's going to be hard work, you know. It's 3 or 4 years, a lot of pitfalls for the lads, but they're in good hands.
Micheál, describe to me what it was like coming home with the Liam McCarthy Cup.
Oh, look, it was just phenomenal. I think, you know, once we hit Athlone, and from Athlone to Galway, you know, the crowds that were out to meet the players was just fantastic, and the closer we got to Galway, the bigger the crowd, so it was just, I think the celebrations matched the wait.
Sean, are you enjoying the night?
I certainly am, Martin. It's a wonderful night. It's a wonderful night. There's a great crowd in there, and the energy is high, I have to say.
Now, of course, it was a great privilege for you because you've been named Galway Person of the Year this year, and we just saw you there receiving your lovely presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. Shocked. Don't know what I'm doing here or why I got it, but I suppose the best thing to do would be for me to say that I'd be taking it and accepting it for all of the people that's gone before me, my mother, my father, my aunts, my uncles, all of those people that kind of put the time in to teach me the songs and to teach me the tunes and put my fingers in the right place and the tin whistle and so on. So I suppose that's who I'm really accepting it for.
Have you got any plans to get back into the recording studio?
We are recording an album in mid-February with the orchestra at home, and something we decided to do maybe a few months ago. And it's a great privilege to be doing an album with the orchestra. Like I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, and probably taking different songs, and you know, who knows what we'll bring into it. But we're going to be meeting fairly soon and deciding the material to do.
And Sean, of course, Tuam is a busy place as well because you've always got a festival going up down there, and I know Anne Cohen is heavily involved in that.
Yeah, and it's over, I think it goes on around the end of September, October, that kind of time. Anne is the instigator. She's the driving force behind the festival there. She's a wonderful woman, keeping the music going in Tuam, and it's, you know, those people who organise festivals in towns around the country, they do need the praise for what they're doing because it's not easy work, and they do have to do a lot of work to make things happen, and I have to say she is a driving force. And hello to Anne as well. While we're talking about her, we might as well say hello to her.
And she whispered amen. She was pretty and pink like a young girl again.
What a night it's been here with the Galway Association in London. And of course, it's been a fantastic year for Galway people all over the world. Congratulations to the senior team on winning the All-Ireland, and not forgetting the minor team as well. Well done to them all. Now, we hope you've enjoyed the show at home. Don't forget, Henry McGlade is back next Thursday evening at 7 o'clock with the Irish at home and abroad, and I'm back at 7:30 with the Irish in the UK. Until then, you take care of yourselves, and thank you for watching.